Welcome, history enthusiasts and curious minds, to our journey through time. We stand at the threshold of the past, eager to unearth the mysteries and narratives that have shaped our world. Our quest today takes us on an exploration of a title that has spanned centuries, a term that has sparked intrigue and fascination. The pharaohs, the formidable rulers of ancient Egypt, whose legacy has left an indelible mark on our collective historical consciousness. The designation pharaoh may seem shrouded in an aura of distant mystique, a term born of the ancient sands. Intriguingly, though, it isn't a word of Egyptian origin. It was the Greeks, in an unexpected turn of events, who named the mighty sovereigns of Egypt as pharaohs. The term originated from the ancient Egyptian phrase per-ah, a term that literally means great house. However, its essence surpassed the mere physical edifice and symbolized not just the royal abode, but the reigning monarch himself. In the grand spectrum of ancient Egyptian civilization, the title of pharaoh wasn't merely a royal designation. It carried a divine connotation, with the bearer seen as a celestial entity, a deity incarnate, chosen to guide the populace and maintain the universal equilibrium. Their words weren't just laws, they were divine mandates intended to be adhered to without dissent. Their deeds were perceived as divine directives, and their legacy was designed to withstand the test of time. But who was the inaugural bearer of this esteemed title? Who was the first to command such reverence, to preside with such authority, to be worshipped as a living god among men? To find the answers, we must travel back in time, more than 5 millennia, to when Egypt was split into 2 separate regions. It was an era of division, but paradoxically, it was also an age of momentous transformation. The stage was set for a leader to emerge, to unify the divided territories, to ascend as the first pharaoh. It was a time that called for a visionary, a trailblazing individual who would leave an everlasting impact on history. This was a time ready for the emergence of the first pharaoh. As we delve into the strata of history, we reveal the rise of the first pharaoh. Envision a period of turmoil and uncertainty, a time crying out for a leader who not only possessed the bravery to rule, but the foresight to unite, a leader who would become the first pharaoh. The intricacies and intrigue of this era provide a vivid canvas deeper into the ascension of the first pharaoh. Join me as the corridors of time, immersing ourselves in an era of gods and kings, a time when the first pharaoh took the throne, altering the trajectory of history and leaving a legacy that echoes through the ages. Let's not simply recount history, but inhabit it, experiencing the ebb and flow of a civilization in our very marrow. Let's relive the awe-inspiring age when the first pharaoh ascended to power. The Dawn of the Pharaohs has begun. Now pause and ponder, what do you think life was like under the rule of the first pharaoh? Our story begins with a man named Narmer, the first pharaoh of Egypt. A man born in an era of disunity, a time characterized by divided tribes, and hostile factions. Narmer emerged as a shining beacon of unity amidst this turmoil. His tale is an epic saga of ambition, vision, and the unwavering resolve to create a united Egypt. He rose from the dust of chaos, not of noble lineage, but with a spirit as noble as the majestic pyramids that would later define Egypt's skyline. His was a vision of a unified nation. Egypt, a land north-south, could live in peaceful coexistence under a single ruler. Narmer's ascent to the throne was more than just a power grab. It was a painstaking journey that required strategic alliances, fierce military campaigns, and astute diplomacy. He was not just a man of words, but a man who believed in action. He envisioned a unified Egypt, a land where the sun would shine over a harmonious north and south governed by a single ruler. This was his dream, his goal, and he was prepared to do whatever it took to make it a reality. The task of uniting the Upper and Lower Egypt was not for the faint-hearted. It demanded military coupled with the ability, hearts, and minds. To truly unite the nation, Narmer recognized that he needed to amalgamate not only territories, but also the diverse cultures, traditions, and beliefs of its people. In this spirit, Narmer initiated a cultural integration, adopting symbols and rituals from both Upper and Lower Egypt. This approach fostered a shared identity that resonated with his subjects, creating a sense of unity and belonging. He introduced the double crown, a symbolic representation of his rule over both the north and south. He also established the capital city of Memphis, a strategic location symbolizing the unity of the two lands. However, Narmer's reign was not just about unification. It was a period of rebirth, the genesis of the pharaonic era. an epic in Egypt's history characterized by grandeur, prosperity, and cultural richness that would forever be etched in the annals of time. He took the helm of a divided land and transformed it into a beacon of civilization that would become the envy of the world. He commissioned grand monuments, temples, and cities that stand till this day as a testament to his reign. His reign ushered in an era of economic prosperity, political stability, and cultural enlightenment. Moreover, Narmer was a man of the people. He held a deep understanding of their needs, aspirations, and fears. His ears were always open to their words and his heart to their pain. He was more than just a ruler. He was a leader who led with compassion, understanding, and vision. He was a man who dared to dream, a man who dared to act, a man who dared to change the course of history. His reign was a testament to his vision, his leadership, and his indomitable spirit. He was a towering figure, a colossus amidst the sands of time, a symbol of unyielding determination and unwavering resolve. His vision of a united Egypt was not just a dream. It was his mission, his mandate. He worked tirelessly, fought with valor, led with passion. Narmer's reign was not just about power, it was about unity. It was about bridging the divide, about building bridges of understanding and mutual respect, not walls of division. It was about creating a shared identity, a common destiny. It was about the power of unity, of shared identity, of shared destiny. It was about forging a new path, writing a new chapter in the history of Egypt. With Narmer's reign, a new era dawned over Egypt, marking the beginning of the pharaonic epic. Can you imagine the challenges Narmer faced in his quest to unite Egypt? With the unification of Egypt under his rule, Narmer's reign was a time of significant change. The era marked by Narmer's reign was an age characterized by the remarkable accomplishments and crucial events that shaped the trajectory of Egypt's history. King Narmer, as a figure of unity, marked an essential milestone in the chronicles of this ancient civilization. During his reign, hieroglyphics became one of the notable feats. Hieroglyphics, an innovative system of writing that used pictures as symbols, encapsulated and preserved the rich essence of the Egyptians in a visual format. The creation of this system was a distinguished feat. It demanded immense creativity, intellectual prowess, and a profound understanding of Egyptian culture and traditions. Imagine the complexity involved in creating an entirely new mode of communication. Picture the process of crafting an alphabet, not based on letters, but on symbols and images, each exquisitely designed and imbued with unique meanings. Hieroglyphics were more than a mere writing system. They were a testament to the intellectual prowess of the Egyptians, a monument to the advancements in their civilization under Narmer's rule. This medium encapsulated aspects of Egyptian life, their events, spiritual texts, daily routines, and even the ordinary transactions of commoners. Another major achievement during Narmer's rule was the establishment of Memphis as Egypt's capital. Memphis was more than just a political hub. It was a vibrant cultural center, a place thriving with religious energy and symbolic of the interconnectedness of Upper and Lower Egypt. Memphis, strategically located at the juncture of Upper and Lower Egypt, symbolized the unity Narmer aimed for. The pharaoh chose this to build his palace, indicating the beginning of a continuous line of pharaohs ruling from this magnificent city. Under Narmer, Egypt also saw significant advancements in architecture. Imposing structures, breathtaking temples, and other grand edifices began to become common sights in Egypt. These structures, constructed with precision that baffles modern historians, serve as a testament to the Egyptians' architectural genius, their religious devotion, their reverence for their leaders. Narmer's military expertise was also acknowledged. He maintained Egypt's unity through numerous military campaigns. These endeavors served dual objectives. They not only curtailed internal conflicts, ensuring peace within Egypt's borders, but they also extended Egypt's influence beyond its territories. Narmer's reign was a time of prosperity and growth, setting the stage for the pharaohs who would follow. His reign was a golden epic that the flowering of Egyptian civilization, a time that laid the robust foundation for the awe-inspiring splendor that Egypt would come to be revered for. Now, what do you think were the most significant changes during Narmer's? Narmer's influence extended far beyond his reign, shaping the future of Egypt. Not only was he the first pharaoh, his contributions to Egypt's history are as intriguing as they are profound. He created a legacy which seeped into the fabric of Egyptian history, forever altering its trajectory. Narmer's policies were revolutionary for their time and established a framework for future rulers. His political and economic structures provided the backbone for an Egyptian society that endured for thousands of years. These structures, though evolving, were fundamentally rooted in the principles he crafted, proving strength adaptability over time. A highlight of his innovative governance was the taxation system. This provided the necessary funding for the construction of monumental structures. Over the centuries, these became the very face of Egypt, representing the grandeur of the pharaohs and the brilliance of their civilization. They served as timeless symbols of Egypt's rich heritage. Narmer's military strategies were equally crucial. His strategic acumen was certainly instrumental in shaping the tactics his successors. His of Upper and Lower Egypt set the groundwork for an empire that would span great territories and become a formidable power in the ancient world. His traditions, too, played a significant role. From religious practices to royal protocols, they deeply influenced future pharaohs. The belief he propagated of the pharaoh's divine nature became a core aspect of the Egyptian psyche, influencing common people's interactions, rulers, and their gods. The impact of Narmer's reign on Egyptian culture is perhaps its most enduring aspect. His unification of Egypt wasn't merely a political act, but a cultural amalgamation, bringing together diverse traditions and beliefs to create a distinctive civilization. The artistic and architectural innovations under his reign demonstrated this cultural fusion. An exemplar of this creative genius is the legendary Narmer palette, an artifact that continues to stir awe, serving as a testament to the creative spirit of ancient Egypt. Narmer nurtured a culture of innovation throughout his reign, promoting unique artistic and architectural forms. His era was characterized by cultural and intellectual flourishing, fostering a civilization that relentlessly pushed the boundaries of human achievement. The legacy of Narmer isn't confined to physical remnants of his reign, such as the monumental structures, the Narmer palette, and other artifacts. It's also alive in the collective memory of the Egyptian people. His was pivotal in shaping a civilization that would forever leave its mark on human history. Narmer wasn't just a ruler, he was a pioneer, shaping the destiny of a nation and its people. His reign, though marked by challenges, was a transformative period of immense growth. The influence of his policies, traditions, and innovations continues to echo through the ages, shaping Egypt's narrative and leaving an enduring impression on human civilization. Narmer left an indelible mark in Egyptian history, his legacy echoing through the ages. His reign, while not without its challenges, was a defining period in the formation of a civilization that would leave an indelible imprint on the annals of human history. How do you think Narmer's policies influenced future rulers? But even the greatest of reigns must come to an end. Such profound words, aren't they? These words perfectly encapsulate the rule of Narmer, the first pharaoh of Egypt. As we set out on this exploration of the life and times of Narmer, we will find ourselves navigating the labyrinth of history to unravel a tale of remarkable power, struggle, victory, and inevitable decay. Now let's delve deeper into the circumstances which led to the conclusion of Narmer's rule. Every reign, including Narmer's, is fraught with challenges. The obstacles he encountered were multifaceted and complex, reflecting the intricacies of authority and political dynamics. At the helm of power, uniting Upper and Lower Egypt, Narmer found himself in the midst of an ocean of conflicts and struggles, spanning from internal dynamics to external threats. Opposition to his rule was a constant shadow, materializing as voices of protest, voices that incrementally grew in intensity and prominence over time. These were not mere murmurs in the wind, but potent gusts that fanned the flame's capable reign. Internally, Narmer faced a distinct set of challenges. It was not uncommon for power struggles to occur within his court. The centralization of authority, the concentration of power into the hands of a singular ruler, was an idea that was not universally endorsed. This was an era of substantial upheaval, of fluctuating allegiances, and the equilibrium of power was perpetually on the edge, oscillating between order and turmoil. The royal intrigue and conspiracies further compounded the complexities of Narmer's reign, adding additional layers of intricacy to his governance. Besides internal turmoil, Narmer also confronted external threats from beyond Egypt's borders. The affluence of Egypt under his rule was a beacon which attracted envious neighbors. They were enticed by Egypt's prosperity and made numerous attempts to disrupt and undermine Narmer's rule. These constant assaults were trials of fire, tests designed to examine the fortitude of his reign. Despite these adversities, Narmer steadfastly ruled for many decades. This is a testament to his enduring resilience and astute leadership. However, like all mortals, he too was not impervious to the ravages of time. His passing signaled the conclusion of his reign, a rule that had dramatically altered the trajectory of Egyptian history. The precise circumstances of his fall remain cloaked in mystery, buried amid the unforgiving sands of time. Speculations abound, with some suggesting a heroic fall in battle, while others advocate a peaceful demise. And so ended the reign of the first pharaoh, a chapter in history that would forever shape the course of Egypt. Narmer's legacy carried on, not simply as residues of a forgotten era, but as guiding principles for future pharaohs to emulate and build upon. The multitude of challenges notwithstanding, his reign symbolized a pivotal moment in Egypt's history, laying the groundwork for the magnificent civilization that would later emerge. It marked the inception of an era of unmatched prosperity and growth, a legacy that continues to echo through the annals of history. This is a testament to Narmer's enduring impact on the sands of time and the unending annals of history. What factors do you think led to the end of Narmer's reign? Narmer's fall marked an ending, but not the conclusion of the pharaohs. Egypt's rich historical tapestry resonates with the saga of Narmer's decline, a pivotal event that signed off one chapter, yet heralded the beginning of another, in the seemingly endless sea of history. The end of his reign did not spell the closure of the pharaohs. Instead, it created a vacuum in the royal lineage, which was promptly filled. A fresh succession of pharaohs stepped into the arena, each leaving their indelible mark on Egypt's continually evolving narrative. Tasked with the heavy mantle of leadership, these successors found themselves grappling with the challenges of steering a nascent kingdom towards greatness. More than mere placeholders in the annals of history, these pharaohs were visionaries, each carrying their unique dreams and ambitions. They ambitiously built upon the solid foundations laid down by Narmer, etching a legacy that could withstand the erosive touch of time. They lovingly shaped Egypt into an illustrious civilization, recognized for its architectural grandiosity, enlightened wisdom, and unyielding strength. Despite the ensuing transformations, Narmer's influence lived on. His reign became a beacon, illuminating the epic of the pharaohs. His successful unification of Upper and Lower Egypt had birthed a kingdom far more potent than its separate entities. His decisive leadership kindled a fire that continued to burn brightly in the spirits of those who succeeded him. Narmer's rule bore testament to the power of visionary leadership and the might of unwavering determination. His story echoed the narratives of many pharaohs who followed in his footsteps, all weaving tales of the human spirit's ability to dream big and achieve despite formidable odds. In the grand scheme of human history, Narmer's rule was an essential element. It added vibrant hues and depth to the intricate fabric of time. The influence of Narmer extended beyond his reign, permeating the reigns of subsequent pharaohs and the rich cultural legacy of Egypt. This legacy continues to enthrall and inspire to this day. Each pharaoh who ascended the throne contributed their unique thread to this complex tapestry, spinning a narrative far more profound than the sum of its individual strands. Narmer's Egypt was a land in transformation, eagerly stepping into its destined greatness. As new pharaohs ascended to the throne, they did so with cognizance of their historical roots. They ruled with fresh memories of Narmer's leadership, using his reign as a blueprint for their own. This cyclical pattern of leadership repeated itself for centuries, producing a rich lineage of rulers who graced Egypt's throne and etched their names in history. These newfound pharaohs were not mere rulers, they were leaders. They did not preside over a kingdom, they molded it with their hands. They built upon Narmer's foundations, infusing his vision with their unique flavors. They wrote their chapters in Egypt's historical tome, contributing to the grand narrative that began with Narmer. The fall of Narmer represented a transition rather than a termination. His end ushered in a new beginning, to a future that steadfastly honored his memory, continuously built on his legacy. Though Narmer's reign ended, the legacy of the pharaohs continued, their stories forever etched in the annals of history. How do you think Narmer's successors carried on his? And so concludes our journey through time, tracing the rise and fall of the first pharaoh. This odyssey has led us through thousands of years, shedding light on the beginning of civilization. We've retraced the steps of our ancestors to a time when the pillars of society were being carved out. We've witnessed the birth of leadership as a single ruler began to command the respect of a nation. In the heart of ancient Egypt, amidst shifting sands, Narmer, the first pharaoh, emerged. His life and reign have the focal point of our journey. Narmer's story, full of battles and political tension, is a testament to the resilient human spirit. A single man dared to dream and turned it into a reality. His reign marked a golden era in Egyptian history, a period of rapid advancement in art, culture, and architecture. The tales of this era continue to fascinate us, their influence resonating through history. They reveal a civilization that was ahead of its time, and we are honored to bring these tales to you. Your likes, your subscriptions fuel our mission to bring intriguing stories from history to your screens. Your support allows us to delve deeper into the past, to reveal the stories that have shaped our world. We invite you to join us in this endeavor. We will continue to unravel the mysteries of our past, shedding light on forgotten tales. We will explore the peaks and valleys of human history, the defining moments that make us who we are. We will journey into the depths of civilizations, illuminating the path that has led us to the present. Thank you for joining us. Remember, the past is a treasure trove of stories waiting to be discovered, so continue to support us, and let's uncover our collective past. Stay tuned for more exciting journeys into Remember to Like, subscribe, and stay curious as we continue to explore the fascinating chapters of our past. As we conclude, we invite you to reflect. What impact do you think the reign of the first pharaoh had on the course of history?